In this lesson, you're going to learn about Live's browser and a little bit about Live Packs. Remember that this is a quick start course, not a masterclass, so we're only going to cover what you really need to get going. Okay, so what's a pack? Here on Ableton's site, we can see packs across the top navigation. When you click and go to that page, you'll see a ton of stuff. Each of the listed products is known as a pack, which is the format Ableton uses to deliver content for use with Live. Packs can include anything really, loops, samples, presets for synths and effects, and even whole example projects. And they do vary all quite a bit. If you click into one of the pack's pages, you'll also get a lot of info about the pack and some audio demos as well. Live 11 Suite comes with a lot of packs, and you can install them with your trial. For this course, we're only going to use the core library, so you really don't need to install anything else presently. Once installed, you'll see them here in the browser. Let's go down here to Places and then click on Packs, and you'll see them right next to the core library that Ableton installs the first time you launch Live. Let's now dive into the browser a bit, starting at the bottom with Places. Places represents the actual locations of files and folders on your hard drives. Packs shows you all of your currently installed packs. The core library is installed by Live the first time you launch it. If you scroll down, you can see the packs that are licensed with your version of Live. You can download and install them from right here, but I recommend not doing that until you're up and running, no earlier than towards the end of this course. If you did install some already, no worries, and you don't need to uninstall them. Though if you do ever want to delete a pack or uninstall it, you can just right-click on one, and also notice you can show the built-in lesson for each pack if you want to learn more about it. Categories is where Live sorts all of the content from all of the packs into categories. Here you will also find Live's built-in instruments and effects, and any third-party plugins you've installed. We'll come back to some of these later in the course. You do not need any plugins for this course, by the way. But if you do want to access any of the plugins that you already own, you're going to go to Preferences, Plugins tab, and enable VST on Windows, or on a Mac you can do VST and or Audio Unit. And then they'll show up in the browser. The first time you enable these, Live does have to scan all of them, and it can take a while the first time you turn them on, so just be patient. Now up here at the top, Collections is how you tag your favorites from anywhere in categories or places. Let's add an effect to favorites. Go to Audio Effects, then unfold EQ and Filters, single click on Auto Filter, and then just press the number 1 on your keyboard. And you should now see a red square. And now if you click up top in Favorites, you'll see it there. You can actually have up to 7 collections if you click on Edit, which shows up to the right of the word Collections. Check the box for any of the ones you want to see, and you can rename them as desired. Orange is number 2, yellow number 3, gray number 7, etc. If you want to remove something from a collection, just right-click or press the associated number again, leave that collection, and when you go back to it, it'll be gone. Let's talk a little bit about navigating the browser. Here in Packs, you can see the core library. If I click on it, I can now use the arrow keys to move up and down, and open and close folders with the right and left arrow keys. When we get to a file that makes a sound, the browser is set up to auto preview by default. So if we look down here, we have a waveform and a preview switch, the little blue headphone. If you turn this off, you can always preview manually with the right arrow. If it's a long file, just press escape to make it stop. Or you can jump around by clicking with the cursor that looks like a little speaker. To control the volume of the preview, we do need to jump over to the master track. We'll look at the mixer in more detail in later lessons, but for now, know that this slider controls the level leaving Live when the sound is coming from a track, while this knob is used to control the browser's output volume. To add something from the browser to a track, all you have to do is drag it or double-click. Depending on what it is, Live will either add it to the currently selected track or make a new track for you. Okay, so let's add a few samples from the core library. We'll go into a bunch of these things in more detail as we move through the lessons. The search feature in the browser is really useful. All you have to do is type in what you want to search for. And then you can use the categories to narrow down your search. Command F or Control F is the shortcut to jump up there, by the way. So you don't confuse yourself later by accident, make sure to clear out your search. Just click on the X up here. Okay, so in the next lesson, we're going to learn how to use loops here in the session view, and we're going to make a little bit of music.